Oh, we're going to get this right here. Hi, guys, and welcome back to my channel, My Rays of Light. I'm so excited. I'm still recovering from like an upper respiratory um, crud. So I know that I haven't been doing a lot of videos here or on my Patreon. That's because of my voice. It was gone for a little bit, but I'm back. I am back. And I want to thank everybody, first of all, who participated in the sale that I had for my birthday. And also who gifted me, a birthday gift, either from Amazon, my Amazon wish list, or my Nordstrom wish list. I love you guys, and I'm so, so grateful. So today, I'm going to be doing a reading on the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case, which I think I've done a reading on Johnny Depp already, in celebration, of course, of Pride Month. I'm going to be using this Modern Love Tarot, which I really, really do love, because I think the depictions are just so amazing. And then I'm going to also be using the Hidden Truth Oracle. All right. And then I may use this one as well, which is the Witch's Oracle. All right. So we all know that, today there was a verdict. They both basically were awarded money and both have to pay each other money. So it's like, who really won out of this? Like, like seriously, like what did we expect really? But this reading is not to like, focus on what we already know, but basically what spirit sees for the both of them. Moving forward from this, what is going on? What is the tea here, between them? Because it's a very public case, right? It's a very public case. In fact, I think I was at a Starbucks out of town. I think this is in Houston. And they actually had a tip jar where you could leave money in the jar of Johnny Depp if you think he was going to win the case, or you could leave a tip in the jar of Amber Heard, and Johnny was winning. So, um, all right. So the first thing that I see here is the Seven of Wands. And that's the kind of energy that we see here. It's almost like, it's a lot of, it's almost like when you look at the Seven of Wands, you're looking at all this creativeness, but also it's like a halt. If you see the hand gesture here, it's like leave me alone. And that's the kind of energy I kind of feel. And again, I interpret cards differently than maybe other readers do too. But I kind of feel like the general energy here is saying, that I think Amber and Johnny are like, you know, just stop already. Like it's ridiculous. The whole thing was ridiculous. They could have settled this out of court, etc. But it became very public. We have here the Eight of Pentacles. So it's about money. And I kind of feel like Johnny feels like he actually did win this, in some way. And at the end of the day, it's like chump change for the both of them. Well, maybe for Johnny. I'm not sure with Amber. The Seven of Cups, a lot of confusion. That's what I feel like Amber feels. She's like, what the fuck? Like literally, excuse my language, but she's like, what the F just happened here? Like, I expected to be vindicated because I am a woman, because this is wrong. And again, I think that it's all happening because of consciousness in the world. I'm not here to say that she was not a victim, or she was. That's not my place. But I do feel like, whatever verdict was taken was divinely orchestrated, regardless of how you want to slice it, how you want to, dissect it. When you operate from lies, or you lie about something, it's going to be exposed. It's going to come out. And the King of Swords is kind of like how Johnny is. He's like, he doesn't play games. It's very obvious. He stood his ground. He defended himself. Um, I think, the word I would use is like he was very, professional in that aspect. I'm not saying that he didn't have moments, throughout this whole trial. A lot of patience is going to be needed for the both of them, because I think, over the next couple of months, weeks, there's going to be a lot of interviews that people will want comments. about the verdict, the trial, what they endured, did they like the decision? It all just it sells. So sorry, the video cut off for a minute. It's all about selling, tabloids and articles. So it's kind of hard to say, but I really do feel like for the next couple of weeks, like they're going to all Amber and Johnny are going to need to be patient and just focus on themselves, which I see them doing that. But the legal issues are far from over. I kind of feel like Amber's still going to go after him, or there will be other women that kind of go after Johnny. I feel like there is still this movement where, again, they're not done. Johnny's troubles are not done. They're far from over. And then I have here the Seven of Swords, which is, sorry, it's that feeling of revenge, deceit. It's kind of like Amber's energy. She's like, I was made a fool, or like she may feel like she was made a fool of in public, but that energy is very dark. And I feel like she's still plotting something. And the Knight of Swords is like, yeah, it's like full force. So she may actually have other people chime in or conspire against Johnny. But both are moving forward regardless. That's the energy of moving forward with the Chariot. The Ten of Wands just tells me how she feels. Well, actually, how they both feel. They both feel like they've been through the gigs, like literally. Was it really worth it at the end of the day? And the Seven of Pentacles comes in. So it's going to be a lot of hard work. I think a lot of questions are about, like, is this going to affect their acting careers, obviously, or Johnny's acting career? Um, and that's all for in debate. I think if anything, this kind of just like made him a little bit more popular or well known. But the Fool card comes out, so I feel like there's a lot of just like taking a leap of faith is what I would have to say. I think both of them don't really know what to expect in their world, the realm of work, but I feel like everything will resume back to normal. Um, and the Six of Pentacles is money, some form of like gifts that will be given to Amber. So she may have someone that's like feeling sorry for her, sending her a bouquet of flowers or roses, or like, sending her something that has like a value, a sentimental value, to show their appreciation for her, and their showing support on some level. The Queen of Pentacles tells me again, this is kind of like her Amber's energy, which is she's very money driven, somewhat ambitious. You could say like ego driven when it comes to money, but the High Priestess is like the intuition here. And I feel like both Johnny and Amber are very intuitive, right? But I also feel like this is like them needing to learn from this whole situation, that basically staying away from toxic individuals, because they both have their own. I have toxic traits. Everybody has toxic traits, or traits that are less than perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's flawed. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think that they both have their flaws. And I think this is a bigger lesson in the grander design of the universe. It was a bigger lesson here regarding, relationships, and, going after someone that you may know already has a reputation of being a certain way, or being like a bad boy or a bad girl. But the Lovers card, if they ever did love each other, that was like a question I think a lot of people want to know. I do feel like they did actually love each other on some level. Remember, there's um, many levels of love that you can interpret, but I do feel there were like two enemies sleeping together at the end. Like they were not they were not happy. And I feel like with her, yeah, there's just new beginnings with her. She's gonna have to pick up her strength and move forward. But The Nine of Pentacles is a lot of abundance or blessings for the both of them in the future. You know, there's if they really apply themselves, there's going to be reasons to celebrate. You know, I know that right now it's kind of hard to say like who really should be celebrating because no one really won out of this. I mean, some people will say Johnny won, but in some ways, like if you both have to pay each other money, you know, it's like there's no winning here. But the Magician card just tells me again a lot of protection, magical protection around Johnny. So I don't know if he has like amulets or he meditates, but I feel like there's this magical, witchy type of spell work or influence around him, more so than Amber. He has spiritual protection. Okay. Some would call it the Illuminati. Some would call it, you know, like um, darker energy. I will just say that there is something that is there protecting him. But we're going to get into this card, this deck. This deck was given to me. I'm sorry, was gifted to me for my birthday, and then also this deck here, the Hidden Truth Oracle, and I really like this deck, so that's the one I'm going to be using right now because this is what would you like to hear from your divine masculine, your divine feminine, or a former love, a love interest, or simply the one who got away? And ask and you'll receive the hidden truth. So between Johnny and Amber, I want to know like what was, you know, apart from everything that we know that they've both said or commented about their relationship that they had, what is the real truth behind this? Okay. And these are called the Hidden Truth Oracle deck. And it is by All Things Intuitive. So let's see what comes out. I'm interested. Okay, the first card I have here is you don't know how hard it was to let you go. So on some level, I think that one of them either struggled with that relationship and letting the other go. It was not an easy thing for either one of them. You know, there's always emotions tied to a relationship, feelings. I know that I crossed the line with you. So again, there's this feeling of like either one of them wanted to say, and I think this is like Amber saying that she knew she crossed the line with Johnny. There were some things that she may have done or said that provoked him and maybe made him act out a certain way, but it doesn't mean that he was abusive, but you know, it could be interpreted as that. I lost myself for a little while. Again, I think when two people come together in a relationship, sometimes they do tend to throw themselves into that with blinders, rose-colored glasses, and they forget, you know, everything else. And it's like that relationship becomes the center of their universe and F everybody else, you know, nobody else exists. And then we have here, so many things remind me of you. So there's still some feelings there or some situations that, you know, that either Amber or Johnny are still reminded of one another, you know, and I wish things could be different. So on some level, you know, I think that there is this reconciliation at the soul level, maybe not here in the physical world, but on the astral level, when they're both asleep or when their soul is, you know, their higher selves, you know, are a little bit more mature or mature than their actual physical bodies. I don't know if that'll make sense to you, but I really do feel like deep down they both have regrets. You know, this is very public. It was very volatile. And at the end, like I said, was it really, really worth it? And that's a question only they both will know or answer. And I'm just going to pull two cards or three from this deck. It's called the Witch's Oracle deck. I really, really love this deck. That was a deck that I actually bought for myself a while back, and it was bought in Corpus Christi, Texas, in this shop called All Things Witchy, or what is it called? Yeah, All Things Witchy, I think. All right, so first card we got here is the Silver Box. So it's like kind of like, you know, things being buried, kind of like that. I feel like when you consider the color silver on an alchemical level, for me, silver represents very much like the divine feminine, but it also can represent like divine masculine. It's a very cold color, a very neutral. So, and then lightning. Again, lightning is like this is just the beginning. Like I said, there's a lot of anger and things that they're both feeling. It's very intense. This is a very intense situation. And the unicorn is like they're both are magical. They both will get through this. They will both need to rely on their spiritual side to get them through. And then we have the hag. So again, a darker witch. I would not be surprised if Amber or somebody in her that's one of her friends that's a witch curses or hexes Johnny. And it actually does go through because again, I just feel like there's a lot of magical forces at play here. And it's interesting that I got the hag card because again, you don't want to mess with a witch, trust me. Coming from one, you just never want to cross lines because we know who and what is being done against us, and sooner or later we all play nice, but sooner or later we all have to defend ourselves at the end of the day. And it's better to be forewarned than, not be warned at all, and I kind of feel like that's the energy here. It's like, although Johnny may have had like, or, a lot of people deem it as him being victorious in all this, I just feel like nobody really is winning out of this. And I do feel like there's some darker things to be expected from the spiritual community, So I wish them both luck, in their endeavors and hope that they can both move on peacefully and cathartically. But on a spiritual level, there's a lot of dark things still yet to unfold, etc., that only time will tell. But if you have any other celebrity suggestions, comment in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to join my Patreon for exclusive content at www.patreon.com/psychicmediumray. Till next time, bye.